Hey guys, a couple of really big things to talk about this week. Number one, if you're an independent music artist, will YouTube be deleting your videos? We'll talk about that. If you want to make the most engaging, awesome, effective thumbnails ever, that's coming up. And also Twitch is helping you move your audience from Twitch to YouTube and YouTube to Twitch. We'll talk about that all and more. Hey guys, my name is Tim Schmoyer and it is Tuesday, which means it's time to take a look at the online video news from last week and talk about the implications that it has for us as creators here on YouTube. Three really big stories. Let's jump right into the first one about YouTube thumbnails. There is an article on TubeFilter that gives you more science and research about what thumbnails work well and what don't. Like what key elements will help attract more click-throughs, what doesn't, like everything from like colors to design to shapes and like everything. So it's called the Definitive Guide to YouTube Thumbnails, and it definitely is the definitive guide. I learned a lot from it, and I highly recommend that all of you guys go down there, click the links in the description of this video, and go check it out. It's written by Matt Gillen of Frederator, and he does a fantastic job of just like outlining. Like I thought maybe I would just turn it into a video, but there's way too much in there for me to possibly fit into like a nice condensed video. So I'm just telling you guys, it's definitely worth your time. Thank you for writing that for us, Matt. Also last week, for those of you who live stream your video gameplay through Twitch, they announced a new feature that now automatically sets an annotation across all videos on your YouTube channel whenever you go live on your Twitch account. Now on YouTube, it doesn't really look like just any normal annotation. It actually looks like an in-video programming annotation. And as long as you are live on your Twitch account, that annotation will stay there across all your videos. If someone sees it, they click it, they will be directed straight to your Twitch live stream where they can interact and engage with you live. Normally, I don't know why YouTube would do something like this, because like even their whole SEO like things about like watch time and session time, like it all revolves around keeping people on YouTube watching YouTube videos longer. So the fact that YouTube would integrate this and let people like leave their site to go to Twitch, like I wonder if this is like a step in like the two of them playing more nicely together, you know what I'm saying? Playing nicely together with this potential acquisition that might be coming up between them if everything kind of goes according to plan. Now let's talk about the big stories from last week that every single blog that I read, like guys, maybe you don't know this, but I read through about more than 1,000 blog posts every week in preparation for these Tuesday videos, just to keep up with what's happening in the industry. And I do my best to kind of take all these different pieces, compile it for you, synthesize it into like these bite-sized videos to give you exactly what you need to know. And every single blog of all these thousands was talking about this issue about YouTube saying like, hey, if you're an independent music label and you do not sign this new contract, we are going to kick your videos off of YouTube, delete them, goodbye, if you do not want to become a part of this premium paid subscription music service that we're launching. And I read all of them hoping like, this can't be true. Like YouTube can't, like this doesn't even make sense. Why would YouTube do that? Like YouTube is an open and free place where like anyone can post videos. Why would YouTube take such a hard stance against like this thing in particular, and to the first of my knowledge, actually take the initiative to kick people off of YouTube for not signing their terms of service to become part of their new subscription music service? The whole thing didn't really just like feel like YouTube to me. Like it didn't quite seem to fit. Like that doesn't seem how it would fit YouTube's overall strategy and goals and mission and everything they're doing. Like the puzzle pieces just weren't like lining up in my head. So I dug a little further, and I'm very glad I did, because here's what's actually going on, and this might help some of you who might be independent music artists on YouTube wondering what's going to happen to your content. So the vast majority of music labels have agreed to sign on with this new contract. Why? Because it's actually a really good deal that YouTube is giving them. Google saying, hey, we want a license that we can not just monetize your content by putting ads on it on YouTube, but we also want to give you additional revenue for your videos with a different license that also lets us put the same music that's available on YouTube into this paid subscription music service app, kind of like Spotify or Pandora or something like that. And Google is saying you will actually get more money from this, because not only are you still getting the ad revenue, but you are now getting a more lucrative revenue stream from these paid subscriptions that people are paying for this music service. And just like on Spotify, where artists actually make more money from people who are using a paid account to listen to their music, like more revenue goes to the artist from those people, same thing on YouTube. So long story short, Google is basically saying, we want to help you guys make more money. And most artists and labels are really down with that. But there are a few who are kind of kicking and screaming, saying, we don't like this, we actually want more money. And after I started reading this, like, again, all the links to this are down below. Go check them out if you want to see the details. But it made me go like, why would you say that? It turns out that the same labels that are kicking and screaming about this deal from Google are the same labels that are kicking and screaming about all the other online services like Pandora, Spotify, Rhapsody, Napster, like all of those. So what's happening isn't that Google is like being a big bully here and like forcing people off YouTube if they don't accept their terms. What's happening is the licensing for music labels is changing, and ultimately at the end of the day, these labels are not giving YouTube a license to be able to host and play their videos on YouTube, nor in the subscription service. Well, one could say, well, Tim, why doesn't Google just let them keep doing just the old way they've always been on YouTube and just take other people and put them in this new service? There's a couple different issues with that, but the big one being that we really know, like from just YouTube here without apps and all music and everything, like YouTube really cares about user experience. And so it could become very confusing and difficult pretty quickly for people who are paying for this music service to not have access to some of the music that they want here, but then go to YouTube and find it available for free with ads. And it also wouldn't be a very good experience if YouTube took those videos for free with ads and just kind of plugged it into the paid service, and now the paid service still has ads in it. And furthermore, if you're watching a music video on YouTube, it'll have some different bonus features and stuff on the site that will work with your account. And you can see how it can start to get frustrating for people who are paying for the service are now watching a video that's not part of the service, and the features that they normally want for the music service aren't on some videos but are on other videos, and some videos are in the app. You know, it starts to get like it becomes a really poor user experience very quickly. So it sounds like Google is saying the best way we can serve people who are using both our website and our paid mobile music streaming service is to keep the two like in sync and keep the same experience on the website as you have on the app, and the licensing for these music videos needs to match in order to do that. So the two options now for these music labels on YouTube is, one, you can either post your videos to YouTube as a part of the partner program, which the partner program would now automatically include that music into the paid music subscription service, where you'll get an additional revenue stream and arguably more money from that than you would from the ads. Or if for some reason you don't like that deal, then you can still post your videos to YouTube, but you cannot monetize them as part of the partner program. So how many artists and videos are we actually talking about here that might be affected by this? Actually, it is very few, because most of these independent artists also have licensing agreements with other third parties who are posting their videos to YouTube on their behalf, you know, like Vivo, for example. So most likely scenario is all this goes down and no one even notices that anything changed. So if you are an independent music artist here on YouTube, you really do not have much to worry about. But as always, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below. What do you think about all this? Do you still feel like YouTube and Google are kind of being evil and bullying these independent music labels? Or do you think that these independent labels are just kind of blowing everything out of proportion, throwing a big hissy fit, and it's just making Google look bad? And if you are an independent music artist and you have heard from Google or YouTube about this and your content, I would especially love to hear from you in the comments below what your thoughts or opinions are after having seen a contract, which, like, it doesn't seem like anyone writing any of these drama-filled articles about this have even like seen any of the contract stuff. So if you have, I would love to hear from you and your opinion down there below. And of course, if this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe. Every week we do news videos just like this that keep you guys up to date with what's happening in the industry, so you can continue to craft and develop your channels as effectively and efficiently as possible. Tomorrow on Wednesdays, to give you guys some YouTube tips, ideas, advice, suggestions, stuff like that. And then on Thursdays, we do some YouTube Q&A where I answer a question that one of you guys has about the channels that you're building here. And I do all this because I really do believe, I said in a separate video, and it's true, I really do believe that a lot of you guys have messages that can really change people's lives and influence people and make this world a better place if the people who need to hear what you have to say can just find you and hear what you have to say. So thank you so much for letting me be a part of that on your channel. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.